What's up, guys? Welcome back to World of Tanks. We are talking about something that I've never seen another content creator talk about, and that is tank rotation and basically kind of how to set up this main screen for that. So tank rotation, what is it? It's exactly what it sounds like. You have tanks that you rotate different games. Me personally, I have a tank of every class. At least one tank of every class. So I've got my light tank. I'm currently working on the light tank line for the Americans, so I have the current light tank that I'm working on, which is this piece of shit. This thing has no concealment whatsoever. I've got two medium tanks. I've got this one here, which again is the American. I'm working on the American line for the most part. I'm working on the American line. So I've got a medium tank. I also have this Russian medium, the premium that I got from Bonds or something like that. This one is, I play it for money. This is how I make my credits, how I get my free experience and stuff like that. This is what this guy is for. It's sole purpose. So I have them in my lineup. I have my heavy tank. Again, I hate this tank. I hate this tank so much. It's gotten better. It has gotten better because I've finally gotten all the upgrades for it. But the crew, I've got no perks on the crew, so the crew kind of sucks. It is what it is, right? I'll actually probably move these guys over into this one once I'm done doing my little experiment. Just because they're further along than this crew. And that's the only reason. So I've got my heavies. I have a tank destroyer, which I'm currently working on the tank destroyer line for the Americans as well. And then I have my SPG, which I'm trying to get my tier 10 American for the SPG. So this guy is currently in my lineup because this is the one that leads to the next one. And then I'm also trying to go down the Russian line. So if we go to the tech tree, we pick the Russians. So the tank I want to get is the Object 277, which is this guy here. This bad Mamba Jamba. That's the guy that I'm going for, right? So basically I look at it and I work backwards. So to get that, I need the T10. To get the T10, I need the IS-3. I need the IS to get that. To get that, I need the KV-1S. And to get that, I need the KV-1. So I need to play this stupid tank that I have now. Which is this guy. So this guy is in my rotation because I want to get to that Object 277. So, how do you do that? How do you set up your rotation to where this screen is just not completely cluttered with a whole bunch of crap? Like this. You know? So this is, I don't even think this is all my tanks. It can't be all my tanks. Yeah, I know it can't be all my tanks. Yeah, so if I take that off and I take that off. There we go. So here's all my tanks that I've got, right? And clicking through all this to find the tank that you want sucks. So you've got these different filters that you can use. So you can filter by the type, you can filter by the nation, you can filter by the tier, or there's other special things that you can filter it by, which is kind of cool. Or you can set a primary vehicle, and you can set any number of primary vehicles. So what to do with that? This is I've got 10 battles left on this tank. So if you right click it, you can set as primary, so that's my Cromwell, right? And then you come down here and this is showing only primary vehicles. And as you can see, my Cromwell B now shows up as a primary vehicle. If I no longer want it as a primary vehicle, right click, uncheck primary label, and it disappears. Just like that. So this helps you reduce the clutter of tanks that you're just not playing, you have no interest in playing. Honestly, this guy's only in here because of the experiment. Then I'm probably going to get rid of him, at least for the time being. That's how you do it. And I highly recommend you do this. Get yourself a lineup of tanks that you want to play. So say you're in a stupid light tank like this. You go through and boom, you get destroyed within the first 2 minutes. Instead of sitting there watching the game, exit out of the battle and come pick a different tank and enter a new battle. You can do that. And you can go through this list. You just cycle through it. And that's awesome. Especially if you have these guys running. If you have personal reserves running, oh my God. So you only get an hour of these at a time. So you can have up to 3, but they only last for an hour. Do you really want to spend that time watching your team after you've already been destroyed? Or do you want to get into battle and make good use of these? Make good use of these guys. Exit out of the battle after you've been killed and jump into a new one with a different tank. It's just the smart play. It's the smart play. So that's it for this video, guys. I just wanted to touch on that because, like I said, nobody else has talked about it. At least nobody from what I've seen. So this just a little tip. Reduce your clutter. Set the vehicles that you want to play as your primary, and then check this guy here where it's just showing your primary vehicles. And boom, you have the tanks that you want to play at your ready disposal. And honestly, 8 is probably more than enough. Really, all you need is 3. But because there's more than 3 classes of tank, you should probably have that, There's what, 1, 2, 3, 4, there's 5 different classes. So if you have 5 tanks set as your primary, you're set up. I have 8 because I've got an experiment and I'm going down a different line. It is what it is. But anyways, if this video was helpful to you in any way, shape, or form, if you liked the video, hit that like button. If I've earned it, hit that subscribe button. And as always, be safe, be cool, and have fun. We'll catch you in the next one.